just realized what is that's going on. That poor guy, every time he tells a story about someone, and how it's on the same spectrum as my dad, but on the other end of it. This is my dad's jacket, so I get to be my dad in this story. So you watch that guy, that poor guy, he says, and then so-and-so and so-and-so said, sir, and you realize he doesn't need to imitate someone to tell the story. He could just tell the story without quotes, without a big fucking display. My dad, here it is. Notice this with him more than once. He'll be talking, and you'll be with him, and he's talking to somebody, and he's talking about something he was trying to solve, like a roofing problem or the well or something like that. And then he says, and then my oldest boy, he says, gee, Dad, don't you think you might be able to do this? And so it's the same thing. My dad could just say that my oldest brother, the one that I love, the one that loves me, helped him out with something and suggested that they do this, but instead he has to imitate him. And when he's imitating him, what I see, he is telling this part of his oldest boy through his eyes. He's telling it the way he sees him still as a child. Gee, Dad, don't you think we... And I know my oldest brother doesn't speak like that. My oldest brother is a man. An older man than my dad was when I remember my dad being a dad. He's making him small, not on purpose, but because that's the way he still sees him as a child, as subordinate. But what this poor guy, that poor guy, is doing when he says, sir, he's putting that person he's telling the story about out to you people. He's trying to put it out to us in a way that makes us see that person as that. Even though we know that person isn't really being so sycophantic and submissive in most cases. He's demeaning the person he's talking about because that's the way he sees the world, is demeaned to him. That doesn't make much sense, but he's putting out a story. My dad, he's just telling us how he sees him. He's not doing it with contempt. You can see the love in my dad when he tells a story like that. This man, that poor guy, is merely pushing hate